Hey guys, Ash Lane here coming at you with another war recap. Actually, it's been a little while since I brought you a war recap, and this last war that we were in Red Elite, oh my god, there were so many great attacks on both sides that, you know, it's going to be too much for just one episode to share. So I'm going to break this down into all the Town Hall 10 content today, and then either later on today or tomorrow, we'll go ahead and bring you the Town Hall 9 content. And Town Hall 10, just a little preview of what's going to be to come here, is we're going to cover some 2-star strategy, some really good high percentage attacks for 2 stars, and then we're going to get into the 3-star against max Town Hall 10 bases. So that's what we're going to cover today. Just wanted to go over our war log. As you can see here, a tough stretch right now. The last 4, we lost them all, and 2 were 1-star losses. Ouch, that hurt. You can see we were going pretty well before then. We had a really nice stretch, and then boom, we hit these tough 4 clans in a row. So we're going to be doing the recap on the Medan 13-4, and let's, without further ado, get right into it. So as you can see, by the way, 79.35 to 78.7 in the percentage tiebreaker. So had we gotten that one more 3-star attack against the Town Hall 10, we would have had the tiebreaker. We would have won. Ooh, this is a heartbreaker for sure. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the attacks here. We're going to start with a couple 2-star raids, or 3 2-star raids to start out. And the reason I want to bring these to you is because they're high percentage hits. And that is so important in the game now that that tiebreakers are decided by that percentage. As you can see, we came very close to winning the war because of attacks like this. So look at this base here. It looks like kind of like a resource ring base that you see so often in the game, but it's actually not. You can see there's one huge flaw in this base, and Death Squad was able to take advantage of that, and it's this mortar right here. This mortar is right next to the interior wall, which is right next to 2 hidden Teslas. That's going to create a beautiful lane for the golems to go right into the center there. So Death Squad was able to use an earthquake spell, open up a huge area. He's going to bring a Go-We army. He has the 5 golems, I believe 6 golems, and a ton of wizards. So here he goes into the base from around 3 o'clock here. He's going to be a little bit of a clumpy attack, but he made sure he had a decent spread as much as he could on those golems. And look at exactly what I told you going into the base here. If you see a base like this, where there is a defensive unit along that ring portion covering the interior of the base, that is a beautiful example of when you don't have to have a huge wide spread. Just go ahead and drop those golems. Could try to spread them out as much as possible. You still want to go ahead and distract the defensive units around the area, but the golems will go to the center of the base. Even if you have a couple go down, that's actually a good thing, helps you get more percentage, and you can see a huge clump of golems in the center. Things are looking beautiful right now. Even without the freeze spell there, the wizards are able to stay alive because the golemites and the golems, along with the heroes, provide plenty of targets for those Inferno Tower beams. Go ahead and fast forward a little bit faster here. As you can see, very nice attack by Death Squad, and these high percentage hits are really helpful when you're in these close wars. So you can see almost 80%, very nicely done. Gonna go ahead and end it there because we have a lot to bring to you guys today. This next one is going to be by yours truly. It's not a huge percentage raid, but it's another one of these 4-corner bases. I brought these Breaking a Base series against these bases to you guys previously, and before I go ahead and show you how to beat the base, I just want to note that when there's a single target Inferno Tower and you're rocking the 6 golems and the P.E.K.K.A. like I am, it's I like attacking opposite side, right? And plus, there is this extra hit point buffer in terms of the in the form of the clan castle over there, so it's going to be a much easier route if I hit from the eastern half of the base here, southeast in this example. I always like to go around the corner with one of the jump spells no matter where you hit from. So if I came from the north, I would have dropped, jump over here, and a jump around the corner over here. So that's how I like to hit these bases. I have 2 golems for each jump spell, so 6 golems. This is why Supercell is introducing this new defense that really necessitates the attacker to use 2 phases of the attack, because Supercell does not like the fact that we're just able to totally destroy bases like this simply by dropping a couple golems and then pretty much just watching them do their thing. This is kind of a mindless attack, but it's effective. That's why you still use it. So as soon as my troops get to the center here, I'm going to drop that rage spell, and yet again, as long as I can get 2 or 3 of the golems to go into the center, even 1 sometimes will do the trick, and it's just going to be money after that. It's going to be easy money. So you can see my Barbarian King, gets toasted by that single target Inferno Tower. Really not the end of the world. I have the Royal Cloak ability, just burned it on the Queen, allow her to take down that single target Inferno Tower, and then it's just going to be a matter of doing some sniping here on the south and the north with some minions. And it's a pretty decent high percentage rate. 67% is acceptable in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and end it right about there. Right, all my guys are just about dying. I had that minion going to work on that last mortar, so 67%, not bad. Now I brought you guys a video. I'm going to go ahead and link it in a card right now. But on this dragon attack that we've all been doing in Red Elite recently. So who was it who did it this war? I believe it was Razorbacks. Where are you, Razor? We're getting into the 3-star tease right now. So where is Razorback? So I know Razor always does this. Here we go. So Razor always uses the dragons now against these anti-3 layouts, and man, it is so effective because basically you can get 50% right off the bat with the dragons, not even having to use the heroes. The heroes, well, they're all going to be just to get more percentage. So you're really toasting these anti-3 bases with this strategy, and it's pretty easy. So it's another semi-mindless strategy. What you want to do is go ahead and zap down one of the air defenses that is either closest or second closest to your dragon entry point. So in this case, it was the air defense that was over here next to the Dark Elixir. You use 2 lightning spells and 1 earthquake spell. That only leaves 1 air defense to be irritating the dragon portion of the raid, and we're going to see how Razorback deals with that. You have the clan castle. In the clan castle is going to be a hound. The hound's job is to distract that air defense while the dragons do their thing against the town hall, and then the balloons are gonna slowly migrate towards that air defense, take it down, and then there you go. 2 air defenses have been totally wiped off the board with the spells and the balloons, and then the dragons can simply just go right after the town hall and clear out about half the map in the process. We are still sitting on our heroes, as I said, only about 45 or so, 44% off the board right now. So he's going to go ahead and drop the heroes. There are plenty available units here for the king and the queen to get at outside the walls. So at this point, it's just going to be all adding on to that percentage. We're going to go ahead and speed things up here, as this is not incredibly exciting. But you can see here, look at all that percentage that was available for the king and the queen to take down. And then the queen's going to go ahead and add a little insult to injury, take out the Dark Elixir storage unit, and boom. 72%, not bad at all. Okay, let's get to the 3-star attacks. Now, I should give Medan 13 for some love, so let's start out by showing a couple of their 3-star attacks. They had, I think about 7 or so 3-star attacks against our max Town Hall 10s. Let's cover 3 of them today, and then we'll cover 3 of our own against their Town Hall 10s. So you can see here, first it's going to be attack against crypts. Now, let me tell you, I made a mistake in this war. As the person who comes up with our war strategy, I decided to have our max villages go with trophy layouts, okay? So not anti-3-star bases, and that really came back to bite us. And the reason I chose that is because they were all showing trophy bases on the other side of the war. So Medan 13.4, I actually talked about this on my war panel discussion, and what they did was they all used the regular trophy bases. And when I see that from the enemy, 90% of the time, people defend how they attack. So if you're only defending against, if you're defending against 2-star hits, normally you're not 3-star attackers. Now, I was terribly wrong here, as even though they all showed trophy bases, they did come at us with a lot of 3-star power, 3-star muscle at Town Hall 10, and we paid dearly, including yours truly. Now, one thing they did look for is all our bases that had single target Inferno Towers, and they absolutely made us pay. So, in a way, I guess I have to give my apologies to my entire clan, as this loss was probably on me for coming up with a pretty crappy strategy for the entire war. We almost pulled it off despite this, but had we all had anti-3 layouts, I think the results may have been a little bit different, or at least not used any single target Inferno Towers. But I mean, hindsight's 2020, but at the same time, I gotta take responsibility for my bad call there. So let's watch me, as more punishment to myself, get 3-starred. So this is a really nice attack. It was a kind of a queen walk start to it. So here comes the queen next to that army camp. You can see the healers have been placed. The wall breakers have created a hole in the base, and the queen, you can see the avenue for her walk has been paved here. You can see she's going to be moving a little bit towards the eastern half of the base, kind of moving counterclockwise. Her job's going to be to take out the my queen, my defending queen, but she's going to need a little bit of some meat shield on the board, so there's going to be a golem placed pretty soon here, and he might have to use the queen's ability. So he's going to rage the healers. That's going to help to keep the queen alive as she engages the clan castle troops there. So let's go ahead and watch. Now comes the golem, and pretty soon in the north he's going to drop the king. So let's keep our eyes on the north and the south at the same time if we can. Let's go ahead and pause real quickly and to discuss each unit's goals here. So the queen, that right now her job is still going to be eventually to get to my queen, take her out, but there's a lot of surrounding units for her to take care of first. That's why the golem was dropped, to help provide some cover for her. The king's job is going to be a little bit easier. Basically, just get him in there and take out as much as he can as far as defensive units. Hopefully get to that air defense, even though it is a ways away. So let's go ahead and watch and see what happens next here. It's not pretty, let me tell you, but at least he's going to take down, hopefully, the air sweeper. I think that was Skyforce's goal on the king here, but he does not. He does provide a little bit of a funnel for the air portion of the attack, so at least all was not lost. He's going to come in with the lava hounds coming into the western part of my base with all the lava hounds, the air portion of the raid. The queen is still alive with all those healers keeping her alive. The queen's going to be the major cleanup duty is going to be on the queen's shoulders for this raid, as he uses a lot of firepower here to take out most of my firepower. Now that's the downside to these bases are that the Inferno Towers and the X-bows and the Teslas are all clumped up in that center unit there, making it difficult to 2-star sometimes, but it's fairly easy to do it 1-star. That's why it's not the best trophy base in the world unless you're trying for the 1-star defense if you're up higher. But I'll tell you that it's kind of not easy, but it's possible to 3-star the base, and that's where I run into the problems here. So you can see the queen just doing her job, just continuing to absolutely destroy the whole eastern hemisphere of the base. And that's the problem, right? The defensive units, the heavy defensive units, are all towards the west, leaving the east, leaving the east kind of open there for 3-star bids. So let's go ahead and show one more of their 3-star attacks against Morphus here. Their number one dipped down a little bit. The reason I want to bring this one is because it's a hog attack, and I know you guys love hog attacks at Town Hall 10. And because it's just against a really popular base design. You're seeing a lot of this base. So Morphus has a very diverse clan castle, has a witch in there, a giant, a wizard, some minions, but they were easily taken out with just one poison spell and an easy lure. That's the danger of this base, because the clan castle is down the bottom, not centralized where that Expo is, where the queen is right now. That provides a very easy lure and a very easy kill with a poison spell. Obviously, it cost him some valuable seconds to pull that off, but you can see this attack is pretty fast. Using hogs generally goes pretty fast, kind of like the first attack on me, or the 3-star attack on me. We're going to use a rage to keep the queen alive as she engages the enemy queen, and you can see the queen is now down, and the queen's ability has not been used on offense. We're going to go ahead and concentrate on the southern part of the base right now. As the king goes in, he's going to steal a lot of the defensive attention from those away from those hogs, and the hogs sneak in using a freeze spell, and we're going to go ahead and start dropping heal spells as well here, also using rage. So wow, quite a different, quite a diverse spell composition here on this attack. Very nice job by Albus Dumbledore. So you can see here, spreads the hogs in from basically kind of like the other attack, or the attacks I shared yesterday rather, with the hog raids at Town Hall 10. He kind of moves the hogs counterclockwise, and there's so many left standing at the end of the raid. Even that one giant bomb takes down a few, but there's plenty left, and the healers swap over to the hogs. How convenient was that? Let's go ahead and fast forward. This was another heartbreaking attack. We did have a great hog attack on our side. Let's go ahead and cover that just coming up in a second here. But we'll fast forward. As you can see, bringing the goblins, minions for help with the cleanup. Just does a great job. If you guys see this base in your clan wars, go ahead and try it out. See if you can pull that off yourselves. Let's go ahead and swap to our side. Make me feel a little better about things here. So let's cover some of our 3-star attacks, starting by the attack by Aronos. So this is another kind of popular base design. It's a really old base design. You saw a lot of this maybe, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago, especially trophy pushing. I saw this a lot up in Titan League. So you can see here the healers drop first, distracting the hound. That's the danger of having the lava hound in the clan castle, right? You can easily lure it out. He does a great job of pre-placing that poison spell. Now the balloon is down and the hog is distracted. Starting the attack from the south here with a nice golem meat shield here, dropping the king and the queen. Their job is going to be to obviously take out the enemy queen and provide some distraction for those inferno towers. And here come the hogs from the north. Going to pan out for a second here. As you can see, this is, like I said, I mean, I keep repeating myself with these base designs, but it's a gift and a curse having your 2 inferno towers a little bit offset the center, right? It just leaves the north very vulnerable for an attack like this, where hogs can sweep their way through the base, and Aronos does an absolutely beautiful job at freezing those inferno towers while simultaneously dropping some heal spells, keeping the hogs alive. Wow, great attack. I watched this one live, and I was cheering at home because this was when the war was really, really close. I think we had a 1 or 2-star lead after this attack, and I thought we might pull it off, but they actually pulled off a 2-star raid, ironically, at the very end of the war that gave them the victory. They had one of our bases that had not been 2-starred, only 1-starred, and at that point we had the win wrapped up because they only had 1 attack left, and we had the percentage on our side, and the guy had his queen upgrading. So I'm going to go ahead and show, maybe I'll show that attack on tomorrow's or tonight's replay, and I'll start off the Town Hall 9 episode with that attack, because it was impressive. It was against the max village without a queen, and he barely but did pull off a beautiful 2-star attack. Considering without queen, any 2-star attack's nice against the max village. Let's go ahead and show one more of our 3-star attacks this war by Bob, and then we'll go ahead and bring you the rest of the recap tomorrow, or like I said, later on tonight, depending on how much time I have here. So this is going to be a Pentahound attack. Very cool attack here by Bob. He's going to come in through the north. He's going to sneak in his heroes to the center there using a wall breaker to get down the enemy queen. Once this queen is down, the heroes have pretty much done their job. Obviously, there's a lava hound in the clan castle, and when you see the lava hound in the defending clan castle, the first thing you should think to yourself is, can I Pentahound this base? Because you know that the defending lava hound's just going to sit there like so. the entire raid. So when you can use all air forces for the second half of the raid, well, you have a great shot at just penta-hounding it. You can see that Bob brings 2 freeze spells to take care of both of those Inferno Towers, places the rage spell right in the middle there. That's going to allow those balloons to soak up that rage spell as they take care of both of the Inferno Towers. Really important to this raid. And obviously another important factor is using those haste spells on the back end, helping speed up the balloons in this area. Really important to get that wizard tower down immediately. That way the rest of the balloons will stay alive. There are plenty of pups left on the board. At this point, it is all celebration because we pulled off another 3-star attack against their Town Hall 10s. So we had a lot of impressive attacks on our end as well. We had 3 or 4 3-star attacks on their lower end Town Hall bases that I won't have time to show you today, but we did do a great job. Shout out to Twan, Skeeto, and Brandon for pulling off some really nice 3-star attacks as well. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. A little bit of a longer war recap format video, but I know a lot of you guys do enjoy the war content. And oh, by the way, more t-shirts coming soon to give out on these giveaways from ClashCon. I'll bring you one of those in the next episode, and I'll also announce the last episode's winner. Okay, guys, so thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate the support, and take care, guys.